Streaming. Woohoo! And we're back on, guys. Sorry for the interruptions. You know, technology could be helpful, could be annoying. Hello? And hello, Sarah?
Hello.
Now you can hear us. Excellent. Yes?
Sorry, it's a poor connection.
Yeah, I know. That's okay.
Okay, cool.
Is that good now?
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. Okay, so Sarah, welcome back to the show. We're so excited to hear your
Thank you
single.
so much.
Thank you for sharing up with us. We're just like so excited. I have had this song in my head for the past 2 months and I could not kick it out of my head.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's catchy, it's showy, it's amazing. It's totally, I think it just sums up everything you do so perfectly. So what can you tell us in introduction to the single, as in how did this idea come to be?
So originally, I wanted to make a song or produce a song that really was going to feature the violin in a very prominent way. A lot of the previous work that I had done really sat more in the EDM genre and a little bit less in the crossover. And so we really, because the EDM genre, you have to be so careful not to be overcomplicated in your melodies.
Yeah.
Everything is very, very simple. So because we were trying to honor the dance music genre, we kept the violin in my previous tracks very simple, very simplistic, nothing crazy complicated, because we wanted it to sort of fit within the dance genre. For this track, I said, screw it. I want to do something that really features the violin in a prominent way. What do I love to play? Mm-hmm. I love Vivaldi. I love Bach. I was classically trained, so that's all. That entire genre is extremely important to me. So I decided, okay, let's take a play on Vivaldi. What do I like? Well, I love the Four Seasons. I love winter. What can I do with this to kind of bring it into a more modern sphere? Mm-hmm. And so we're playing around with just the main melody that you hear in the drop of the song.
Yeah.
I didn't want to obviously play the whole winter. I wanted to kind of make it my own as well.
Yeah.
And so we took just that main melody that you hear. We sort of did it once high up, not even in the same key that winter is in. And then I played it again, sort of a third down or a fourth down, whatever it is. And that sort of became the chorus. And then everything else was just my composition. So that's sort of where the song kind of came from.
It's amazing. I love that. And my favorite part is that kind of, I don't know if it's a voice or it's a special instrument where you're on the floor and it's like, feels like singing. Somebody's singing.
It's actually just a special effect. Yeah. I don't think there's any vocals actually on the track. It's probably just an effect of some sort.
That's amazing. I love it. Well, why don't we have a listen to it, you guys, right? We've been talking about it, and now we get to hear it.
Sounds good.
All right, and where did I put my file? No worries. Okay, are we ready?
We're ready.
Wow, amazing. I love it so much.
Thank you.
So, other than the audio, I wonder what it took to make this video happen. You have dancers in there. You do a bit of dancing yourself, and if I know correctly, you were a ballerina as well, right?
Yes. I come from a dance background, so I did ballet actually quite seriously, and all the way through high school. And then obviously I had to make a decision about what I was going to do, and I wasn't at the level in dance to take it anywhere near professionally. So I, obviously decided to go with music. That was going to be a better fit for me, and it's what I wanted. But I do come from a dance background, so it was really important to me in this track to feature dancing. I was inspired with these beautiful dancers. I wanted to do something, it was a little bit more avant-garde, not necessarily anything contemporary, or not anything too hip-hop, or anything, that you would see in a typical music video. I wanted it to be a little bit more sort of avant-garde in the way that it was shot and the way that it was filmed. But the clips, the way it's shot is very, very quick. All the shots are quick. So it's not like it's a full dance routine that you're seeing or anything. It's just sort of these snippets of movement that I thought brought the track to life.
That's amazing. I love that. And that's exactly what I like about it, is that it's not what you expect to hear when you hear this music. It's not what you expect to see. Instead, it's kind of like got the elements of everything, ballet and avant-garde. So that's beautiful.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted. I just wanted it to be something that was a little bit different and off the beaten path.
Nice. So how long did it take to produce the video?
Okay, so we shot the entire thing in, I don't know, probably 8 hours. It was short. I mean, that's really quite short for a video. So we shot the whole thing in 8 hours. Mm-hmm. Cutting it and editing it was really difficult. Yeah. That took many weeks. One of the hardest things is just making sure, that every shot, because the takes are so quick, everything is just cut so quickly that the bow lined up in every single thing, that, the bow and the fingers and everything had to line up, and that took a really long time to do because, when you're doing very, very quick cuts, you really have to be careful about that. It's hard for, you just be careful, and there's so many little things that we had to keep in mind, so the editing really did take some time. But the video itself, we shot pretty quickly.
Nice. I can relate to that. I'm producing some videos too, and cutting and editing it's the worst part.
It's the worst part for everybody. It's what takes the most time consuming, and that goes for anything across the board.
Nice. So were you involved through the whole process, or do you have a director? Do you direct your own videos? How does that work?
So I came up with the concept myself. I worked with a friend on costuming. My friend Katya Lee, who is a designer, did the costuming for it. But the entire concept was really just something that I had in my head. I thought it would be cool to have, dancers on chairs. I didn't really know going into it exactly. We shot in this really cool location. It's called the Art Factory in Patterson, which if you haven't checked it out, you really should. And I didn't know what room we were going to necessarily use to shoot in. I sort of left it up to my friend Rich from One Night Photography to kind of take the lead and figure out where the light was going to be the best, where we were going to get the most dramatic shots. And he kind of led the way on that. It was sort of just, my concept was sort of intertwining the dancers and myself. That was more from me and also from the dancers themselves. They were very, very helpful in trying to figure out what was going to look the best.
Nice. I love that. Well, it came out beautifully.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You did it, yeah. And is this a beginning of a bigger project? Do you plan to release more stuff like that, or? I
do. This was such a labor of love. As anybody knows, doing something like this is not. It's not without great cost. Mm-hmm. So it was really a labor of love. I don't believe in having people work for me for free. It's just not the way I do it. So it's just, I don't do that. So for me, it's important to pay the people that you're working with. So it was a labor of love, both just cost as well. So I think I have to figure out a way, as do all artists, to sort of fund their projects. I know there are a lot of online ways to do so, so I just haven't found the thing that sort of works for me the best. But I would love to keep going with this. If I can afford to keep doing it, I will.
Yeah.
I think it's easy to create music at limited cost. It's a lot harder to make a video like that because everything is just pricey. Yes. But especially if you're not shooting, outside's great. It's a great place to shoot, but we didn't do that. So, I think I want to keep doing it. I don't have anything immediately in mind, but my goal is to keep going.
That's amazing. Very good. So, with the budgeting of the whole thing, do you have any advice to a musician who's doing videos and wants to do something like that? Like, do you have any sort of tips for the budget?
Yeah, I would say, the most important thing for me was to sort of outline a budget that I had, not try to sort of see what things were going to cost and then do it and say, okay, this is how much money I have to work with. What can I do within this budget? Mm-hmm. It's much easier to start that way. If you just try to go in without a really clear budget in mind, it can get really out of control. So yes. I went in with a very clear budget. I knew that this is X amount of money that I had to spend to make that happen. And of course, my friend who was the videographer helped me out a lot. But, working with friends is obviously very, very helpful in keeping your costs down. If you have a friend that does something that can do something at a lesser cost than hiring somebody that you don't know, that's always a great way to go. And then try to, work within your local community. This one venue that I worked with, the Art Factory in Patterson, was actually amazing. It was $100 for the day to shoot there. Wow. We just had to be open about where we were shooting and, essentially what we were doing. We had to be open about the space that we were going to use. They kind of say, for $100 a day, you can go in and use whatever's available. Otherwise, you have to pay full price. But if you're willing to do that, and you're kind of willing to be open and work within, be flexible to work within the parameters that you have, that always helps on budget, I think.
Yeah, it does. Excellent. Thank you. So when you were creating, I know there's no full choreography, but as you said, the dancers were really helpful. So was somebody kind of directing you, or were you doing this yourself? Or it was kind of like
one of the dancers kind of took charge of everybody else and had come up with a routine. Yeah. And there was, in some ways there was that choreography. I wouldn't say it was anything super complicated. It was, I guess there were little things that they were doing together, spinning around in circles, using the chairs. So it was a little bit of choreography there. And she was kind of leading the way. We came in that day, we really didn't know each other very well. And so we came in that day and I said, okay, take whatever it is that you guys are doing, because it looks great, and just stick me in there and try to make it work. And let's see what we can come up with. And we just did a few takes, and honestly, we just kind of dove in and did it, which is probably not what we were supposed to do. I had no idea. I'd never done this before, so I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but we're going to just try to make something look cool. Yeah. Essentially, by having such also very, very quick takes helped a lot, or not takes, I'm using a word here, very quick cuts. Yeah. Helped a lot because it sort of masked any areas that we weren't quite together, or where I didn't know what I'm doing. It was like, okay, that's something else. Great, amazing, okay. So that helped a lot. Just the style that we shot in was very helpful. If it had been all wide shots, 30 seconds long, you would not have been very impressed with me, let me tell you. It wouldn't have looked so great. So I think working within the style, or working within a style of videography that suits you as a player is really helpful. If you're, trying to create a video and it's classical and you want all the focus on your fingers or all the focus on your bow, you probably don't want to take super fast cuts when you're creating a video. But so it's really just about working within the style that you're comfortable in.
Yes, that's true. Absolutely. Well, I'm asking because I'm about to shoot a choreography video with dancers in the summer, so this really helps. Thank you. So, before we switch to our next topic, Sarah, what would be your advice to someone who's creating and releasing a single and directing a video all together from beginning to an end? What would be kind of the biggest thing you've learned in this process that you would tell a younger artist to kind of keep in mind?
Gosh, I mean, I feel like I'm still learning. I don't know that I'm necessarily the one to give advice. I'm still learning myself. Just keep a very clear idea in your head of what the end goal is. What are you trying to accomplish? What's going to keep you happy as opposed to what's going to necessarily sell on, let's say, YouTube or Instagram. So, for example, this is actually a perfect example. We shot this video, and it was very, very dark, and I wanted it that way. Mm-hmm. I wanted it to be sort of dark and sort of, not super bright colors. I really didn't want that. Now, that doesn't do well on Instagram, just FYI. It is immediately going to do poorly on Instagram or social media because Instagram, prefers bright colors, bright close-up shots, anything that's sort of brightly lit does better on social media.
Yep.
I really didn't care. I wasn't producing this art project for social media. I was producing it for myself and for my creativity and my art. So keeping true to yourself. If you're producing a video where you want to immediately have a million plays on, let's say, YouTube or Instagram, then that's, your goal should sort of be in line with what you're doing and that kind of makes sense. For me, that really wasn't my goal. I was just trying to do something that was a creative outlet and that was true to the concept and the ideas that I had.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. Yeah, I completely agree. So it's true. It's important to stay true to you, right?
Yeah, and again, there's nothing wrong with wanting to make a video that is going to immediately do amazing on Instagram and YouTube. If that's your goal, great. Maybe the next video I shoot, this is what I want to do. So I'll shoot it in a way that is in line with that. But for this project, that really was not my goal.
Amazing. Well, I love it because it's exactly in the style that I love. Dark and kind of, a little creepy and really beautiful too. I love that.
Which is what we wanted for this. But again, not perfect for everyone.
Well, I think it's also important to kind of keep in mind what you want to do in the long run, right? So if you're doing something just to get social media attention, then you'll have to probably keep releasing stuff like that because people would expect it, right? But if you're doing something for you, excellent.
Yeah, and for me, this was not a quick cover that I can immediately replicate. I mean, this really took a long time, a lot of thought, a lot of just a lot of time and energy went into this. So it's not something that I'm going to say I'm going to immediately have another video that is going to be just like this, a month down the road. It's just not going to happen. For me, because this took so much time and energy and, just a lot went into it. So I think it's important to realize, from an artist perspective, for an audience member to realize from an artist perspective, how much work it takes to produce something like that. And for an artist that's very well funded or very well established already, they have a lot of people that make sure that these videos can churn out really, really quickly. But if you're an independent artist like me, you really don't have those kinds of resources. So it's just important to recognize these projects are really, I hope to do another one. They're not a dime a dozen.
Yeah, amazing. Well, we hope you do another one because I'd love to see
I'm promise. I'm giving it my all.
Awesome. Well, Sarah, we're so happy to have you back. And
Thank you so much.
You probably can't see it on your end, but I would like to gift you my newly released Iron Fiddle Saga album. It's signed by me and my producer. And I will be happy to ship it to you. So, once we're done with the episode, I'm going to ask you where I can ship that.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much. That's so generous of you.
And I would really like to hear your feedback on this. So it's kind of,
Absolutely.
Part of it was inspired by you because the last few videos we created, I've already been familiar with your work.
Thank you so much.
We'll be making more, so I hope you stay tuned for that too. Meanwhile, guys, we had Sarah Charness today, the pink violinist, who released her awesome new video and single, Cryorhythmic, and you can hear that on her YouTube. Follow the description below and check out her video, download her song as well. And as always, you can find Sarah on YouTube at Sarah Charness, on her website at sarahcharness.com, on Instagram at Sarah Pink Violin, Facebook Sarah Charness, and among the wood violin artists as well. So go ahead, enjoy. She's amazing, and we really hope to hear from you soon. So possibly have you back on this show with your next production. Will be really amazing. All right, so happy holidays and
happy holidays.
Thank you, and a great start to 2020. So weird to say 2020 is our year.
I know, right? Finally.
So yeah, so we'll hear from you soon, and stay tuned,
Sounds
guys.
great.
Thank you. Have a great
right,
day.
bye, Vera.
Bye.
That's all, folks. If you like Iron Fiddle songs, download them at therivermented.com.